48 days ago and I haven't touched it since, and in total we've earned 1 point...
What? I'm not going to school tomorrow.
Oh, for helium?
Yo, that right there is TikTok's fault. Think about it. The only reason people aren't watching my videos is because they don't see them. I don't even think half the times my video shows up on the For You page anymore. I have over 800,000 followers, but I'd be lucky to get 20K views now. TikTok even sponsored me as a black TikTok creator. I have emails and all that. It don't even make sense, but hey, it's the algorithm, right? Yo.
This school doesn't have any homework, tests, or even classes. There's this school in the Netherlands called the Agora School, and it sounds like something out of a dream. To begin, you can customize your own desk. For an example, this kid chose a car. My desk would be a toilet, so I could just poop in class. Typically, teachers would get mad for watching YouTube videos in class. I know my teachers hated when I did it. Well, not at this school. At Agora, you can go on your phone whenever you like. You're not gonna believe what a regular day at this school looks like. You start off first period brainstorming with your friends on what you're going to accomplish that day. Next period is project time, where you can make whatever you want as long as you're being productive. After you have lunch, it's quiet time, where you're encouraged to sleep or meditate in these cool pods. I know every time I fell asleep at school,
And I got a colorful aura, like a neon god. I drew a neon touch. I drew a neon touch. And I'm getting a colorful aura, like a neon god. My so hot to neon touch. Neon touch. I drew a neon touch. And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon gun, yellow moth, and a yellow god, and a lightning and a mellow god. Damn it, Emmett, get a yellow card, yellow card. Damn, Pia had a yellow card, and from the roof with a little star, and had a quick little star, and white head, but I had a yard. Great, we got a better. Here we Damn. Then the cream with the yellow bra, Polymon, Chico the bar. I'm doing that lights on my chest. I'm doing you with a heart. Good for you, Jonathan. See you again, bye. I'm sure if my music turns off just because I fucking. See you again, bye, Jonathan. Okay. You live in my dream step. You in a fantasy, I'm in reality. I'm in a dream step. Turning them fountain sheep. And I'm in makeup. And I don't know how I live. My eyelids, and I'm pick up. 20 vision. Hit me with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when I cross my mind. I said I sick of change, then I need that real quick. I'm listening to my daydreams. I wanna see your face when I cross my eye. Get a kiss. Can you make it last forever? Said I'm wanting for the world. I don't know if I'ma see you again. Get a kiss. And can you make it last forever? Said I'm nothing for the bull. And I don't know if I'll see you again. Pop in this beat. Can you make it last forever? Can you send a message for the world? And I don't know if I'ma see you again. Okay. I'm gonna try to waste and. Oh no, Brian. PlayStation Plus, man. What the fuck do you mean? Don't chase near the local little eyes. On the iced tea, running bleeding scene. Reach on the PC your pop. 2020 vision. Hit me, keep me, hit me with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when you cross my mind. I said I'm sick of chasing. Got no one that's always turning through my daydreams. I wanted to see your face when I cross my eyes. Can I get a kiss? And can you make it last forever? I said I'm under for the world. You again. Get a kiss. Can you make it last forever? You know what I do? I don't know if I'ma see you again. See you again.
I still do not trust my unconventional allies, but they are a great use.
I got Berlin, I got Corey, yes sir. I got Kathy, I got Joe, I got JoJo, I got Krista, and I got Kate. We're here.
Only time
It's so far, y'all. This is just a collaborative game. You just have to beat it together. That's it. Pause. Pause. I'm first.
Okay.
I cannot torture my minions without power. Damn, you go turn it off.
That's my shit. I wanna shoot that, bro. Sorry, my bad. There's gonna be echo. Okay. You in my straight step. You in my fantasy. In reality. My dream. Down in sheet. Wanna wake up. Never having my eyelids, and break up. 2020 vision. Hit me with precision. If you look both ways when you cross my mind. I said I'm sick of chasing. What is to my daydreams? I wanna see your face when you cross my eyes. Can I get a kiss? And can you make it last forever? Said I'm not the foot of war. And I don't know if you can. I'm dying. I know that I'm not the foot of war. Well, if I'ma see you again. Okay. Minor fluctuations. Then I'm Bro! This pistol sucks, wiener. None of them chase now, the dogs shall the eyes. Serve wanted iced tea, and I'm feeling the scene. Have a PC of pop. 2020 vision. Hit me with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when you cross my mind. Sick of chasing. And the one that's always running through my daydreams. I wanted to see your face when I close my eye. It should be hella nice if I got a sniper right now. I said I'm not the foot of the world. I don't know if I'ma see you again. Damn, last zombie's like way over there. Or I might as well just start putting the barriers. Oh, he's a runner. Shit. I think he's a runner at least. I think I've seen him running. No, he's not. He's good. Where is he? I swear I just seen him. You, it's a ghost. Are you kidding me? See? I guess he's a walker. Hola. Hola, soy Doya. This pistol's actually goated, but I'm not gonna get it. okay. My dream step. You know my fantasy. You know reality. You know my dream step. You know counting shit. When I got my makeup, and it was behind my eyelids, and I'm on a mistake up. 2020 vision. Keep me hit me with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when you cross my mind. Sick of chasing. And the one that's always running through my daydreams. What do you say? I have my volume turned down so I don't know what you say. Hey, can you make it last forever? I'm wanted for the world. And I don't know if I'm gonna see. I normally have a gun by now. No, bro, I'm about to die. Please, God. Hop up! Bro, I almost died. Holy shit. Hop off my wiener, please. Please. Hop off my big one, please. How to get this Argus? What would you call it? Alcoholic. I understand when the fuck you man. The chest here, there's no eyes. Shut on the ice here, no, be on the sea. 2020 vision. Hit me with me, keep it heavy with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when you cross my mind. I said I'm sick of chasing. And the one that's always running through my daydreams. When I close my eyes.
More score!
That's forever. I actually say that probably. Nature for the world. And I don't know if I'ma see you again. Make it. Okay, this is Final Zombie. Nature for the world.
Pity! He had such virtual.
Fucking hate the audio in this game, man. It's so scary. Fetch me his soul. I'm getting it normal now. So W. Oh no, there's runners now. Runners are just now introduced. Ooh, Colby. Fuck it, I gotta buy this. I don't have to, but you know, it's fucking gonna help me. Help me a lot, actually. I could have just bought something that would actually help me, like, buying the door, but, you know, you can't go help me right now. Fuck, bro, next round's are dogs. Ooh, wisdom swiftly, that's actually a W. My dream step. You in my fantasy. You in reality. You in my dream step. Counting shit. You're gonna about makeup. You gonna eyelids, my eyelids, and I wanna be cup. 2020 vision. Hit me with precision. I wonder if you look both ways when you cross my mind. Found something. Oh shit, dog round. And you know it's always running through my daydreams. I wanted to see your face when I close my eyes. Get a kiss. And can you make it last forever? I said I'm not the for the world. Wait, what? Not dog round? Oh, I thought it was already 5 rounds. Can you make it last forever? Yeah, I said I'm not the for the world. I wanna see you again. I said, okay. Oh, I'm gonna turn to wasting time. I'm fucking know what you calling. Oh no, oh yeah. No, I'm on sucks ass. I'm sad because you, man. What the fuck? Bro. Bro. You're capping to me. I hit that man's on the head. Across my mind. I said I'm sick of chasing. You're the one that's always in it through my daydreams. I wanna see your face. And I call my mind. That's actually W. I gotta get ready. Fetch me is. It's not dog round? Damn, I thought it was dog round. It's coming on, though. That's for a fact. Coming. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. God, bro, it's box is always in this damn room, man. I swear. Make it last forever. Oh, it's not even in this. No, that means it's on the whole other side. Fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. Okay. Oh, back up, bitch. I probably should have loaded first. Oh wait, I should probably turn on power. You're in my fantasy, you're my reality, in my dream step. You're an accounting sheet, to put a little makeup, you and my eyelids, and my sex cup. 2020 vision. I'm going.
Triple sound. It's like music. They are held outside for a little while now.
Oh, the building was breaking. That's what was happening. I didn't realize that any other time. The second it's referencing. Run every but both ways when you cross my mind. I said I'm sick of I'm only going around 10. And when I was running through my daydreams, I wanna see your face.
Thunder at my whim.
Yo, W. I wasn't even planning on buying the box. I'm kidding. W. If I get ready on that's gonna be Ultra W. Whatever zombie I see is the last zombie. Yeah. I had to. Oh, that's not was the last zombie. Now I'm done. That's all. I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. There's final zombie. Right now it's dog round. Fuck. No, I'm scared. Hard to beat scary stories telling the star dark.
Mommy said not to hurt animals anymore.
What? Mommy said not to hurt animals anymore. I'm fucking dead. That was it? That's up. No riz.
A gift from Sam? But why?
I don't know if that's better than this.
Monsters, and each one wanted to kill you in horrible ways.
But I mean, it's in the box, so which means it should be.
What you should do, and how to beat every monster in Scary Stories to tell. These kids are about to be hunted down by pure evil. It's by the ghost of a child killer. But when this kid Augie learns that children were murdered here, he refuses to go inside. His friend Ramon isn't scared and insists they walk inside to check it out. But they're about to discover a dark secret that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. The The others go upstairs while these two explore.
Please, how much is this?
And Ramon here notices
1,500.
on the wall. With the girl's help,
1,500. I'd rather die than pay that, dog.
walking through, Stella looks through the items around
Respectfully.
and she begins to realize that these are the possessions of Sarah Bellows, the murderer.
Hello. Run. Thank you. Bro, my phone's so dog shit.
The last one they ever hear. Okay, nothing about this is a good idea. If you ever have a friend that pressures you to break into a haunted house on Halloween night, you should tell him to go f yourself. Now, even if you don't believe in ghosts or the supernatural,
I gotta make it to round 10.
Plenty of reason to be scared out of your mind. It's a statistical fact that on the night of Halloween, children are 3 times more likely to be killed, which makes it the deadliest day of the year for anyone under the age of 17. The reason has nothing to do with ghosts or goblins, but if that doesn't scare enough people,
Bro. That shit should last like a whole round, respectfully. That's the last thing. No, it doesn't.
exactly how I feel. And that's why this video's sponsor, Current, is giving away $5,000 to people signing up to their app. So you don't ever have to feel that way again. Guys, Current, if you don't know already, is the future of banking. No hidden fees, no hidden anything, no bull. It's so easy to use. They ship you this sleek-looking card, and the rest you can manage any way that you want on your phone. With every feature,
Let's go.
early paychecks, instant notifications, basically all the tech the bank should have known.
There is pus everywhere. Fishy, little bug.
You get rewards like free cashback. Current is literally paying my viewers just to sign up. Guys, this is literally the best sponsor I've ever had, and I cannot be more excited that Current and I are giving away $5,000. Use my link in the description, current.com/howtobeat, to download the app and use current code howtobeat, and in the next couple of weeks, we will be sending 10 random people $500 each. I definitely recommend you sign up with Current. Even if you don't get the $500 reward this time around, a lot of you signing up will make them happy enough to sponsor me again, and you or a friend might get it the next time. So big thanks to Current empowering creators, and big thank you to you guys for showing them some love in return using my link in the description.
Alright, I'm okay, dying happily
The
now.
other kids are exploring the second
Am I dying on
floor, and
purpose?
Charlie here gets an idea. He runs to hide in a closet so he can scare his friend Augie.
Do I
when
need
he peeks through the
Juggernaut?
doors, he's shocked to find the room has completely changed, and there in the middle of the floor is a woman sitting on a bed. Freaking out, he closes the door but hears footsteps approaching him. Suddenly, the closet doors burst open, and his friend finds him standing there terrified.
W, not that as good.
The old lady has gone, but his friend has no idea what he's talking about. Realizing the house is haunted, he tells Augie they need to leave and runs downstairs to find their friend.
Well, I mean, I said I wasn't mad at the time,
The
but
others inspect the secret
that doesn't mean I
room,
wanna
and that's when
die.
Stella
Okay.
here takes an old book off the shelf. It belongs to none other than Sarah Bellows, the child killer. Scared out of his mind, Charlie insists that she put it back, but suddenly the door behind them is shut and all the cameras go out. The local boy has followed them to the house and locked everyone inside. His girlfriend demands that they let the kids out because her brother isn't there and goes to set them free. But as she opens the door, the bully pushes her down the stairs and closes it. Now she's trapped in with the others, and they're all going to die if they don't find a way out of here. As the kids start to panic, Stella here asks the ghost to tell her a story, just like in the legend. And that's when a shadowy hand reaches out and unlocks the bolt. Walking through the door, the group is surprised to find no one on the other. If you were forced to play a game to the death against your high school classmates, and only one of you can survive, what would you do? In this video, I'll break down the mistakes made, what you should do, and how to beat the high school death game in the movie King's Game. This girl's life is about to turn into a nightmare. Jimmy here is about to go to bed when she receives a strange message forcing her to play something called the King's Game, but she doesn't know who it's from. Rule number 1 is, no one's allowed to quit the game at any time. And rule number 2 is the players must obey the King's command within 24 hours or else they'll be punished. The first order is for a boy in her class to confess his love to his secret crush.
Oh,
She
yeah,
has
that's
no
epic.
idea what punish means, and the whole thing sounds like a dumb prank.
Activate
The next
immediately.
day, all the students arrive at school
Okay, well, I
and
can't.
pressure the boy to admit who he likes. Pushing him forward, the classmates watch as he asks this girl out on a date. He gets rejected and returns to his seat completely embarrassed. But all of a sudden, everyone gets a message on their phones from the king, confirming that the order was obeyed. they'll soon learn that somebody in this room is not who they think. And by the end of this game, they're all going to wish they were dead. Okay. These kids think this is an innocent game, but the stakes here are going to become so high that murdering your classmates wouldn't even be the worst thing they can do by the time this game is over. They have no reason yet to think this is going to kill somebody, but at the very least, we should try a little harder to figure out who's sending these messages. The person who sent the message is disguising their identity, and it's in our interest to keep it a secret so that we can get in on the game to avoid being targeted. To figure out who this person is, I would send another text to the entire class from my phone posing as the king, making another order that people must follow. From the information we have, it's not against the rules, and whoever the real king is will probably look annoyed that we just pose as them. That way we can identify the king without the others knowing and help control the game. Now, if they did this, they would quickly realize that the sender of these messages is not a student at all, and when they learn what will happen to them if they don't obey, they'll wish they took it a lot more seriously. That night, the girl receives a new message from the King's Game. The second order commands that students number 4 and 19 must kiss each other tomorrow or else they will be punished. The next day at school, the girl who was given the order to kiss isn't bothered by it at all. Obeying the command, the girl approaches this boy and gives him a kiss on the lips. Everyone gets excited, but as she walks back to her seat, they all receive a message from the king that confirms the command was obeyed. Okay, if I'm looking for who the king is, nobody's more suspicious than this kid right here. If we all think that one of these students is controlling this game, it's not hard to imagine that the first thing they'll do is try and make out with the prettiest girl in the class, and no one will ever know that he was the one who made the dare in the first place. When students are bored of school and stuck in class with no teacher to supervise us, there's no limit to what we might do with ourselves given the right opportunities. The only problem is everyone has forgotten the second rule of the game. Don't follow the orders, you will be punished. And nobody realizes that this game is going to get really twisted when the dares escalate. That night, the student gets another message for the next order, and finds out that the class delinquent, Hideki, must grope her chest, or else they will both be punished. She plans to avoid the dare at all costs, but staying home will be the worst mistake of her life. The next day at school, the boys are talking to the class delinquent, and they're all excited to watch him fulfill the order he's been given. But when this girl gets off the phone and tells them her friend doesn't want to be groped and is staying home, the guys are upset. That night, the students receive a message from the king saying that the orders have not been fulfilled, and as a punishment, the two students will be erased from existence. Suddenly, the fourth order comes in, and it says this nerdy student must have intercourse with this girl who already has a boyfriend, or else they'll both face the punishment. Chiami calls her friend to find out more, but that's when she sees a class photo and suddenly realizes her two classmates disappear from a photo on her wall. This isn't just an innocent game. The consequences are real, and if they fail to obey the commands, any record of their existence will be wiped off the face of the earth. Okay, that's 2 down and 29 more students to go. Seeing your friends disappear from a printed photo in your bedroom turns this into a supernatural scenario, and that's not something I want to be a part of, no matter how many girls I might get to kiss. Playing games of ghosts and demons is a surefire way of getting yourself haunted, killed, or cursed. We know we'll have to obey every order from the king, no matter how horrible it is. In order to survive and win this game, we need to keep a cool head and be prepared to do whatever it takes when things get a lot worse. But if we're going to stay calm throughout this game, one thing that we have at all costs: wet socks. Bessie are 100% waterproof and sneakers.
Clipped.
They're comfortable,
Clipped.
stylish, and
Clipped.
wearable even in the winter.
Clipped.
If it's a life or death situation, you do not want to have to deal with
Respectfully,
wet
Youngblood,
socks
you
or
got clipped.
Bessies. You don't have to. These sneakers
Respectfully.
look great in wet weather fun again because they keep you protected.
Clipped.
They look great, feel great, and they're super easy to clean. I've had my Bessies for a little while now, and after wearing
Clipped.
these waterproof sneakers,
Clipped.
there's no way I'm going back to boots. They are
Clipped.
truly everyday sneaker that
Clipped.
you can wear in any situation or weather condition with one less thing to worry about. And even better, they are also sustainably made with no animal byproducts from a material called Dymatex, which is a dual climate knit that keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Bessies keep you focused when your life depends on it. Especially in the upcoming rainy season, Bessies are my go-to shoes by my door. Check them out in the link below and use my code HOWTOBEAT to get $25 off of your Bessie shoes. Thank you to Bessie for this video. Now, if people's entire existences are being erased, then we might be dealing with the supernatural here. So we need to cover our bases and confirm that this isn't a prank and doesn't have a natural explanation. The first thing to do is to call the two erased students to see if they answer their phones. If they don't, then we need to contact the rest of the class and ask them all to check their yearbooks for any record of their existence. This is the quickest way to figure out if the punishment is real, because reprinting everyone's yearbook without those two students in it is way too elaborate to be a prank. And if their pictures are missing in everyone's copy, then it confirms that we have a perfectly logical reason to freak the out. Now, I find it strange that a ghost wants to watch students kiss and grope each other, and so far the king has made orders that sound way too much like it was created by an immature and opportunistic student. So the most logical assumption we can make is that one of the kids in our class is a ghost in disguise. This is horrifying, but it might actually be a blessing because ghosts have patterns of behavior that are easier to identify. Ghosts tend to haunt the place of their death and stay the age that they died. So with this in mind, I would check the school records and local news archives if any students died on campus. Ghosts don't typically change their names or appearances either, so if we find a picture of any student that may have met a tragic end here, we might be surprised to discover it's an identical match to someone in our class. The next thing I would do is check all of these students' home addresses to make sure that no one happens to be living in an abandoned or empty house. If we can figure out who the king is this way, then we might be able to figure out why the ghost wants us to play this game. If it's linked to their cause of death, they might have some unfinished business and be looking for revenge on someone else in the class. And following this lead is going to get us a lot closer to the answers than we were before. The next day, the class discovers that not only are the two students missing, but their desks are completely gone as well. This girl on the right notices that even the phone number of her friend has been deleted, and everyone is terrified as they realize exactly what happens if they don't follow orders. Their teacher enters the room telling them all to sit down, and the girl in the classes asks about their missing classmates, but the woman insists there are no absent students. She doesn't notice that there are 2 empty spaces where desks should be, and the students can't believe what they're hearing. Later that day, the friend of the girl who stayed home calls the girl's mother to reach her, but the mother claims she doesn't have a daughter. The friend can't understand why the adults have no memory of the missing students, but her classmate points out that any information about them no longer exists when they get erased, and only the students playing the death game know what is going on. The girl with the boyfriend, Amiski here, realizes she'll be erased too if she doesn't have sex with the nerdy kid, but her boyfriend gets angry. He threatens the kid not to touch his girlfriend, but if he wants her to survive, there's only one way to save her life. Okay, it normally doesn't work when I tell someone that they need to sleep with me in order to save the world, but this is the one time it might actually be true. The nerdy student is actually between a rock and a hard place, because if he doesn't sleep with this girl, he'll be erased, but if he does, he'll be murdered by the boyfriend. If you ask me, I don't want to make anyone cheat on their partners, but I'm definitely putting my own survival over someone else's relationship. I would tell the girl that I'm willing to do it if she is, and that we can make it as short as necessary just to fulfill the order. But there's also one more thing to consider here, because if the king is able to confirm that we obey, then he would have to be there when it happens. That sounds to me like it would be a perfect trap to set, because we can count on the king to be watching somehow. If it were me, I would turn this into an anti-sex tape and fill the room full of cameras that are pointed away from all the action. If the king shows up to confirm that we followed orders, then we can catch him spying with video evidence of who it is. The boyfriend would still be rightfully angry, but we can point out that we used the opportunity to save everyone else's lives, including his, by catching the king. If it wasn't enough, then it's only fair to offer him a clean punch to my face and let bygones be. After school, the main character, Chia, is hanging out with her friend Nobu when he gets a notification on his phone and finds out that today's order has been carried out. That means their classmates got busy in order to survive, and the boyfriend is going to be absolutely furious. They start feeling bad for him, but that's when they receive another message. Order number 5 says the boyfriend will now become the king of the game for 1 day, and everyone must obey whatever command he decides. The next day, the students are walking to school together when the nerdy kid calls them into a nearby alley. He's terrified he's going to get beaten up. Then these adults check to see if he's okay, but their memories are suddenly erased and they walk away. The kid no longer exists, and the rest of the class is notified that the king's orders have been carried out. The boy's desk vanishes right in front of their eyes, and no one can believe what just happened. Jeremy here is horrified as the class photo loses another student, and now 3 are dead with 28 left to go. Okay, I completely understand. And if the nerdy student slept with my girlfriend like this, I would want him dead too. But there's one problem. His status as king is only going to last long enough to make one single order, after which he won't be king any longer. So he needs to consider his options here before he wastes his power. Now it's going to be hard for him to make a rational decision because he's overrun with anger and embarrassment, but there's actually a solution here that might save his life. Since there were no terms that clarified when the game would end, it most likely means that there can only be one winner. So if he wanted to stay vengeful as king, I would declare myself the winner and give the order to the entire class to die. It might sound cold-blooded, and that's because it is. But if there can only be one winner out of 31 students, we only have a 3% chance of surviving this death game. I want to live more than I want to keep my classmates, and we can find a better girlfriend later. We don't know if this is possible because there were no rules stated for what happens if you become king, but it's definitely worth a try. If there wasn't a way to use your power to find the original king and kill him, I would do this by making an order for a single student to touch the original king. The player would then have to touch every student, and once the king was touched, we get text messages saying that the objective was accomplished. Once you've identified him, then we might be able to kill him and escape this death game once and for all. Later that day, the class discusses if they should tell the police about what's happening, but this kid points out that their story is so unbelievable that nobody would help. They ask if this is the work of a ghost, but that's when the main character's friend, Nobu, stands up. He points out that the king is trying to get them to turn on each other, and that when... After class, the quiet girl approaches Nobu and invites him to talk, revealing that she has a theory about the game. He joins her in the library, and she tells him that she thinks one of the students doesn't know that they are the king. As crazy as that sounds, she's very close to figuring out the truth. The next day, the class is ordered to hold a popularity contest between two students, one male candidate and one female candidate. They're all horrified that they have to choose which of their friends must die, but good guy Nobu here has a solution. Realizing that there's an even number of students left, he suggests that they vote for each candidate equally. Results are counted, but when Glasses Girl reads out the last name, they're all shocked that one more person voted for the boy to live. That's when everyone's phones go off, telling them that they've chosen the girl to be erased from existence. Okay, to me, this is the scariest order they've gotten so far, because your fate is entirely in everyone else's hands, and you have to trust that people actually like you enough to keep you alive. Now, they had a foolproof way of helping both of these students survive, but instead, someone here knowingly voted to kill the other player, and that's really cold-blooded, but it also offers a great opportunity here. Right now, it's impossible to get help because all evidence of these students are completely erased, and nobody remembers who they are. But if we have someone to solve this problem, since we know the female candidate is about to be erased, we need to use it to our advantage and record the event. I would try to video record her disappearing, but first, make her interact with the environment. If she kicks over a chair, opens a window, or picks something up to throw, and then gets erased, the video might look like it was all being done by a ghost, because the loser of the vote will be erased from existence. This gives us proof to take to someone outside the game, and they might take her claim seriously enough to help us. Now, it's possible people might think it's just visual effects, and they won't be impressed, so we have to consider going one step further and get our hands dirty to survive. If the female candidate managed to kill a teacher before she gets erased, and we recorded the murder, they would have no way of explaining a video that shows a teacher being stabbed and killed by nobody. We can frame this ghost for a crime he didn't commit, and when people see the video of the teacher's dead body, they'll have no choice but to get the police involved and take her claims seriously. The loser of the vote here doesn't want to disappear and starts freaking out. Trying to escape a punishment worse than death, she quit the game. Suddenly, everyone gets a message from the king, who has decided to punish another student in the dead girl's place. The new student is ordered to confess her sin, and this girl here reveals that she was the deciding vote in the popularity contest. Ashamed, she runs out of the room and the group receives another message. The king reveals that the girl didn't confess the right sin and has just been erased. When they check outside, they realize that the female candidate who lost the vote has disappeared too, and that makes it 5 down with 26 students left. After school, the main character Chiami meets up with the quiet girl in the library and finds that there have been other classes that have gone missing in the past. The girl shows her an old photo and points out a student that looks exactly like her close friend Nobu. She reveals that every time a class went missing, he was there. The girl can't believe it because she's known him since they were kids, but the quiet girl here explains that the king can change people's memories and implant fake ones. Okay, this girl's theory about the king is a serious problem, because if he can implant false memories, then nobody in the class can trust what's real, and that is a terrifying revelation. If we can't rely on what we remember, then we need to bring other people into this game to help us figure out what's objectively true and what isn't. Now, if someone disappears, nobody outside of the game will remember them, but the one thing that doesn't seem to disappear are these text messages. This is the only remaining evidence that these missing students ever existed, and we can use this information against the king to escape the game. I would bring a teacher into the room to witness an order being fulfilled, because even if they don't realize students are disappearing, they can still read the messages every time the king sends a new order. They will also notice that we all receive these messages at the same time from an anonymous source. Now, this might not be enough to convince a teacher, but there's a huge giveaway here, because each text associates the student's name with their attendance number, and when they disappear, their number disappears with them. Eventually, you'll have someone with a number like 31 in a class of 5 people, and the teacher won't be able to explain why there are significant gaps in the numbering of this class. It might be enough to convince the teacher that it's not just a mistake, and to look for a way to find the king from outside the game and help us escape. We could check other classes in the school records to find any other gaps in the student numbers. We might even find a graduating class with only a single student, and we'll know that student was the winner of a previous King's game. We can then track them down and ask for advice on how they beat the game and what orders to expect in the next rounds to make sure we're prepared to be the last survivor standing. The next day, the students prepare for the 7th order. They all must take turns drawing 1 to 3 pens from the box, and the last person to take one will be erased. When this bully here approaches the box, he finds only 3 left, and realizes that Nobu will be erased instead. The main character, Chiami here, tries to intervene, but the boy starts getting power hungry. He offers to let her choose who to save if she strips in front of everyone. The girl starts taking off her clothes, but Nobu here stops her before it goes too far. The bully takes the pens inside the box, but when the other student approaches to take the last one, he finds it empty. Suddenly, everyone receives a new message confirming that the bully took the remaining pens and sacrificed himself. Leaving the classroom behind, he becomes the 6th person to be erased, with 25 students remaining. Okay, there are 2 loopholes that we can exploit here to make sure we beat this game. First of all, taking these pens
A viewer.
one at a time in an orderly fashion was not a rule the king gave them.
I don't even know if you
Something
can hear me or
the
not, my
students did
bad.
on their own. If I were one of the last 2 students to pick up a pen, all I would need to do is simply run up and grab 2 pens before the bully even gets a chance to decide how many he will take. This will make him the last player to pick up a pen, and he'll get erased. It's the perfect payback, because he spent all of his time making people beg for their lives, and that's not the kind of person that deserves to be remembered. Now, there's also one more trick we can do here. This challenge is very similar to an ancient Chinese game, where players have to select pebbles or matchsticks and not be left with the last one. It was so famous that it also inspired someone to turn it into one of the first computer games ever built in 1940, called Nobody Could Beat It. A way that old Chinese con artists have cheated this game is by sneaking in an extra piece without their opponents knowing, so they won't lose. Since it was never stated whether or not pens could be put back into the box, we could use the same tactics as the ancient con men by stealing a pen from someone who's already taken one, and when it's our turn, we slip it into the box as we take a